Hi, this is Lily Tang Williams in Chester, New Hampshire at the Bush Academy. And this location used to be the old Chester College of New England, sold to a Chinese company 2015. Now they have about 100 international boarding students here and 72 acres. So this is third big real estate purchase by Chinese companies. And the owner is a part of a bigger educational group based in Beijing called the Royal School Train Future Diplomats. And after Longfu Spring purchase, Daniel Webster College purchase, I just want people to see what this looks like in Chester, New Hampshire.
Hello everyone, welcome to Inconvenient Truths. I'm your host, Jennifer Zheng. The video you just saw was posted by my friend Lillian Tang Williams, who is running for Congress in New Hampshire. Before I saw this video, I had no idea about the school she was talking about or that it had been bought by a company from China. After watching the video, I did a little research, and what I found was shocking. Records show that the former Chester College of New England in New Hampshire was bought in 2015 by Dalian Jiahui Education Development Group from China. This campus is about 72 acres. After the purchase, Jiahui turned it into Bush Academy, which they describe as offering a preschool, pre-college, multicultural education to a diverse student body hailing from all corners of the world. As a matter of fact, according to Jiahui Education, they had already established Jiahui Bush Academy near Boston in 2014. I guess after purchasing Chester College, they made it the headquarters of Bush Academy, which covers an area of 420 acres with a building area of 5,200 square meters and a total of 6 buildings. The school also has 2 dormitory buildings for 500 students to attend classes and get accommodation, according to Jiahui Education. On the school's official English websites, you do see many pictures of international students. But on the Chinese version of Jiahui's website, most of the pictures show Chinese kids studying or in short-term training programs. If you look a bit more into Jiahui Education, you'll find out that its chairman and principal Wang Guangfa isn't just any guy. He is a member of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, and he is an honorary director of the China Marxism Research Foundation. Plus, he's a model for the CCP's military-civil fusion efforts. On the websites of Jiahui Education's parent company, Beijing Fazheng Group, they introduce Wang Guangfa like this. He graduated from China University of Political Science and Law, and he is the chairman of Fazheng Group. He also holds dozens of titles like Vice President of the Beijing Federation of Industry and Commerce, Vice President of the China Patriotic Support for the Military Promotion Association, Vice President of the Cross Strait Legal Studies Exchange Promotion Association, Honorary Professor at the University of North Carolina and Chapel Hill in the U.S., and honorary director of the China Marxism Research Foundation. His book, What Kind of Education Do We Need? A pioneer in international education thoughts and practices, was published by the Center by the Central Party School of the CCP. These titles tell us a lot. His patriotic military support role means close ties with the CCP's military. His cross-strait law exchange role means his deep involvement in the CCP's United Front work toward Taiwan. Being an honorary director of the China Marxism Research Foundation, plus his book coming out from the Central Party School Press, proves he's a fully CCP guy, and he's pushing the so-called international education with tasks straight from the CCP. The fact that the same person is an honorary professor at the University of North Carolina just shows how deeply the CCP has infiltrated the U.S. education system. Also, if he specializes in Marxist research, what will he teach? Excuse me. What will he teach the students in the schools he owns? On this Center for China and Globalization website, his bio says, he bravely takes on social responsibilities and deeply engaged in military-civil fusion and double support co-construction work. In February 2012, Fa-Zheng Group won the Patriotic Support for the Military Model Unit Award, and Mr. Wang Guangfa was warmly received by party and state leaders like Hu Jintao, Wen Jiabao, and Xi Jinping. Over the 27 years since the group was founded, Mr. Wang Guangfa has earned many honors, including National Patriotic Support for the Military Model, National Outstanding Entrepreneur, Outstanding Builder of the Socialist Course of Chinese Characteristics, National Advanced Worker in Private Education, one of China's top 10 outstanding private educators, and National Outstanding Youth Military School Worker. This article on the Jiahui education website titled Supporting the Military to Strengthen It, Education for Poverty Relief, Chairman Wang Guangfa wins 2021 Beijing Role Model, mentions that Wang Guangfa was born in October 1957 and is a CCP member. In 2021, he was named a model for all-around support for the military to help strengthen it. In a large-scale event 2021 Beijing Role Models hosted by the CCP Beijing Municipal Committee Propaganda Department, the Capital Civilization Office, and carried out by Beijing Radio and Television Station. The article also says Wang Guangfa encouraged soldiers to learn science, technology, and culture, and the school, library, sports fields, and more are open to military personnel year-round. Starting in 1999, he has set up a Heroes Reward Fund in the 4th Detachment of the Beijing Armed Police Corps, and since 2019, he has provided 1 million yuan each year to support the troops' various constructions. So this photo that goes with the article showing a visit to the armed police troops on August 1st, Army Day. The article says he proactively approached the leaders of the Beijing Armed Police Corps in 1996, which led to the formal establishment of a co-construction relationship between the 4th Detachment of the Beijing Armed Police Corps. This is from 2018, when Beijing Wangfu Integrated Traditional Chinese and Western Medicine Hospital, owned by Wang Guangfa, signed an emergency medical protection agreement with the Armed Police Force Detachment. This is Wang Guangfa visiting sick armed police soldiers. The article also mentions to respond to General Secretary Xi Jinping's new requirements for upgrading military-civil co-construction in the new era. He keeps innovating new forms of co-construction and enriching its new connotations. This article on 法政 International Education mentions that on November 26, 2018, the Dalian Military Sub-District and Dalian Jiahui Education Group held a signing ceremony for a military-civil fusion strategic cooperation. Leaders from the Dalian CCP Committee, the political commissar of the Dalian Military Sub-District, the deputy commander of the Dalian Military Sub-District, the Dalian Education Bureau, and other related officials attended the event. This is a photo of Wang Guangfa with high-level CCP military officials in front of the People's Liberation Army Dalian Military Sub-District, the Dalian Garrison Command, and the Dalian National Defense Mobilization Committee. This is Wang Guangfa presenting a painting to the military with the words military civil freshwater affection. In Communist Party propaganda, it says the army is the fish and the people are the water. So when the army and the people blend as one, it's military civil freshwater affection. This is another photo of Wang Guangfa with military and armed police personnel. Notice how Wang Guangfa is in an important center position. On the table in front of them, besides the Chinese national flags, there are also CCP party flags. This report mentioned that on January 14, 2019, the National Defense Education Base of the Dalian Military Sub-District was officially established in all schools under Jiahui education. This means all schools under Jiahui education have become national defense education bases of the Dalian Military Sub-District. This report mentioned that the CCP's Ministry of Education experimental base for basic education curriculum reform was established in Jiahui education. This report said that Jiahui Education participated in curriculum seminars of the CCP's Ministry of Education. This shows the close cooperation between the CCP's Ministry of Education and Jiahui Education. And this report mentions that Jiahui Education launched an international cooperation talent cultivation project. These three reports mention leaders from Dalian City, another city called Tieling, and leaders from the China Legal Society, the Cross-Strait Legal Studies Exchange Promotion Association, and more visiting Jiahui education, showing that Jiahui education really gets high recognition from the CCP. Now,
慈济名胜。
So in this 9-minute promotional video by Fa Group, they proudly highlight their cooperation with the Beijing armed police, mentioning they won the patriotic support for the military model unit award from the PLA General Political Department and other departments. For that, Wang Guangfa was received by then CCP leader Hu Jintao in 2012. Here is a photo. Sorry.
2012年，集团荣获全国爱国优军模范单位称号。王广发董事长受到党和国。
So see, here is a photo of Wang Guangfa shaking hands with Hu Jintao. The prompt video also especially mentions Fa Group's global vision, aiming to train future diplomats and educate youth for international understanding. It also mentions that Fa Group got support from the UN Women Agency and UNESCO, and it talks about following the CCP's Belt and Road Initiative to build Chinese international schools around the globe. The video shows many countries involved in the CCP's Belt and Road projects, and it even uses footage from the CCP's Grand Military Parade and Xi Jinping inspection troops, showing that Wang Guangfa has the same grand global vision and global mission as Xi.
集团积极响应国家倡导，参与和支持智库建设。董事长多次参与国家级智库，长期以国家课题级研究专家的身份建言献策。2017年，集团与南南合作促进会共建南南国际教育智库研究院，携手 CCG 全球化智库联合发布了“一带一路”沿线地区中国国际学校发展战略报告。 东西方基础教育找到了合作的支点。今天，在“一带一路”国家战略光芒照耀下的新时代，法政集团率先垂范，在缅甸兴办。
This is it talking about how many countries it plans to reach or has reached.
使命召唤下，法政集团顺势而立。 紧随国家的战略步伐。
This is this footage of the military parade and Xi Jinping.
全球
This promo video also especially mentions cooperation with world-class schools like Harvard and Cambridge, and with many universities from countries around the world. From this promotion video, you can see that Wang Guangfa and the CCP behind him have ambitions that go way beyond just the New England near Boston in the US. In fact, in recent years, companies from China have been buying up education institutions overseas, left and right, like in 2017, China's investment firm Primavera Capital bought the U.S. private school system Stratford School in California, and Chongqing's New Open Group acquired Florida Preparatory Academy in the U.S. In 2018, China's Bright Scholar Education Holdings acquired a number of colleges and schools in the UK. This report says that since 2014, investors and companies from China have already bought 30 schools in English-speaking countries. In 2019 and 2020, China's Maple Leaf Education Group acquired Kingsley International School in Malaysia and the Canadian International School in Singapore. Jiahui Group acquired NYU Language School in Singapore, and so on. These are just some of the cases. So in 2018, my friend Geng Jing shared a real experience of hers on Facebook. She said that 10 years ago, in 2009, a Beijing lawyer named Qin invited her to join a plan to open a chain of schools in the US. He said the schools would focus on training American Chinese students to become political activists, building their political skills, pushing them to run for government positions in the US, including even running for US president and so on. When she was thinking about whether to join, a neighbor who knew about China's situation looked at Mr. Qin's business plan and told her not to get involved. It looked like a business opportunity on the surface, but it hid shady purposes. Geng Jing said she could feel that her neighbor didn't want to talk too much about it, and at the time, she wasn't alert enough to dig deeper. But 10 years later, when she saw the infiltration of CCP state-run Confucius institutes around the world, and when she saw an actual Chinese American running for US president, she remembered that incident from 10 years ago. She posted on Facebook to expose the CCP's plan to infiltrate US politics through schooling, and said that America is suffering from the CCP's infiltration through education. This shows how the CCP works. They are willing to spend decades carefully planting seeds and carrying them out. But democratic countries around the world are often unprepared. By the time they notice, they found their own systems have already been infiltrated to the point of being full of holes. The question is, now that we are finally talking about this, is it already too late? Well, that's all for today. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also visit my website at jenniferzengblog.com to sign up for a membership or make a donation. Any kind of support means the world to me. Thank you. Have a nice weekend and see you next time.